June 6th, Rockstar Energy Drink and Strikeforce present Master Technician Jake Shields.
I feel like I'm the best. I feel like I can beat anyone.
Versus ruthless powerhouse Robbie Lawler.
Strength beats a lot of good technique.
Get your tickets now at the Scott Trade Center box office, Ticketmaster.com, and at 1-800-745-3000. For more info, go to StrikeForce.com.
Right, Strikeforce this weekend. A card no one really knows about that's going to be really good. Andrei Arlovski going to be in it. Robbie Lawler, Diaz, Phil Baroni, Kevin Randleman. That's going to be a hell of a fight. Hey. Yeah. You talking to my camera? Okay, how going? Neighbors. I'll introduce you to the card, my friends. Kevin Randleman versus Mike Whitehead. Kevin Randleman, always explosive. Always could go either way to fight. He proved that when he fought Crocop for the first time. He dangerous. He punched a Rampage pretty hard when they fought. He fought Boss Rutan. A lot of people thought that decision could have went either way. He was beating Randy Couture for the first 2 rounds until he got tired. He definitely got a lot of experience and a lot of explosivity when it comes to the fight game. And he taking on that Mike Whitehead. And a lot of people been paying attention to Mike Whitehead. But he going to have to be in the best fight shape of his life if he going to want to win this one. I got to give this one to Kevin Randleman. Kevin Randleman. Joe Riggs versus Phil Baroni. Another dynamite fight. Both of them like to strike. None of them want to go to the ground. It's basically going to be a bar fight in a cage. For that matter, I see Phil Baroni taking this one. He kind of in a drought. I see him coming back. He not stupid. He won't be fighting if he didn't have it anymore. He still has it. Next fight. Bum, bum, bum. Scott Smith coming back already. Scott Smith, hands of stone, versus Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz coming off that Frank Shamrock win. But Frank Shamrock was a lot smaller fighter. Probably about 5 or 6 inches shorter. Not so with Scott Smith. Scott Smith can take a punch. Actually, he could take a lot of punches and win. He proved that his last fight. Nick Diaz, do I see him getting submission? Yeah, Nick Diaz. They need to like build a statue of him in Stockton or something, man, because Stockton's really run down. You know what I mean? Not much come out of Stockton except like the Deftones and like a bunch of late mortgages. He definitely make that place shine. Every time they come out, Stockton, California, everybody like, boo, and he still keep it real. So you gotta love Nick Diaz for that. I move on. Bret Rogers versus Andrei Arlovski. This is the main event, if you ask me. Jake Shields moving up in weight to fight Robbie Lawler. I don't consider that the main event, but Strikeforce do, and they do what they do. And they don't got a loudmouth running their organization, so I don't know who to bag on when it comes to Strikeforce. So I'll just leave it at that. Andrei Arlovski versus Bret Rogers. Bret Rogers is a bad man. Really, 9-0. If you ask me if him and Kimbo would have fought, it would have been a tough call. And I most likely, if I was drunk enough, I would have went with my heart and picked Kimbo. But sober Todd would have picked Bret Rogers if they fought last year. Because he was a little bit ahead in the game than Kimbo. But Bret Rogers is fighting Andrei Arlovski. I know Bret is 9-0, but you could go look at his record. None of them is like Andre. There could be an upset because heavy hands make full upsets, but I ain't going against the pit bull on this one. If Bret gonna win, he gonna have to prove it to us. I'm going Andre, unanimous decision. Yeah, it sounds crazy right now, but I think they're gonna do a lot of feeling out, and maybe Andre taking the ground a couple times. I see this going to decision. Jake Shields versus Robbie Lawler. Main event. Tell you the truth, I don't know why Jake Shields is moving up. I think he'd give GSP a run for his money. I think he'd be more of a tougher fight than that John Fitch was for GSP. But he moving up for whatever reason. You know, in his life, he do what he want. And he going to fight Robbie Lawler. Obviously, he wouldn't move up if he didn't think he could beat Robbie Lawler. But after seeing him fight that Syntax daily, and Syntax got the best of him standing up, I think Robbie Lawler is going to get even better than him on that one, on the stand-up. And this could be a short night for Jake if he play it wrong. If he play it right, manage to take Robbie to the ground, he could work something out. But I don't see him knocking out Robbie Lawler. I actually see a TKO for Robbie or a decision win.